Hey everyone, it's time to answer your Forever Skies related questions. I'm Greg, the community manager here at Far From Home, and a few weeks back, we sent out the word across all of our socials that we wanted your questions about our upcoming survival game. And to say you guys delivered on that is a massive understatement. We were sent a whole bunch of questions and requests from you, so thank you very much for playing your part. I was joined once again by Andre, our CEO and gameplay lead, and also by Pavel, our CMO and brand manager. We jumped onto a Discord call and went through as many of your questions as possible. Okay, so thank you very much again for sending us your questions. So we're going to get straight into them. Again, Andre, Pavel, thank you very much for joining me today. First of all, we had a question from Wide Gaming over on Twitter. What's the plan for long-term character progression? Will it be skill points based or will it be different?
Yeah, so our protagonist, as a scientist, will be able to unlock new devices, new technology during the progression of a game, and it's not all of it. I mean, as you probably was able to see in demo, there is just small introduction of the virus system, but when you're gonna progress in a game, you will be able to capture the virus, you will be able to sequence it, you will be able to create a boosters, and the boosters will allow you to change gameplay. So for example, when you, for the very first time, will enter some areas, maybe you will not be able to enter every part of it, but then during the progression, you will be able to use boosters that will open new paths. And the same with player tools. So there will be part of the locations that you will be not able, for example, to open or gather few resources. And the later resources will be more sexy because it will allow you to create a better devices, will allow you to upgrade your ship much better. You will be able to move faster, so you will be able to fly in different directions and so on and so on. So yeah, that's how we want to create the progression for the future.
Takiru Gaming on Twitter, I really hope I've not butchered that name, but Takiru Gaming asks, will the game have workshop capability? Being able to mod the game would be awesome.
I think PJ is a question for you.
Yeah. we absolutely see the how valuable modding for the game is. It extends the life cycle for the game. The thing is, we understand that we need to prepare proper tools for that. So that is rather a future thing than something that will come anytime soon. That's definitely something we would love to see in the future.
Definitely. The next question comes from Atsuri Lignelli on Twitter again. They asked, what kind of story drive can we expect? Cutscenes, writings, audio logs, etc. What can we expect from a story within Forever Skies?
What we can see right now in the demo is the beginning of our story. It's like a small introduction of what's going to happen in the game. I think that we can definitely say that it's gonna be a little different in start of early access because we're gonna improve it. But yeah, for sure it's gonna be a cutscene, opening cutscenes. There will be different audio logs and various storytelling, and we gonna introduce a huge part of story as a story mode that will be part of one of updates in early access. Right now, it's a little bit hard to say exactly when. We're not ready to show the roadmap of everything that's going to be in early access. The story will be about viruses. It will be about finding the cure and maybe saving someone else living somewhere.
Maybe a little bit of a tease there.
Maybe.
So the next one comes from ACP over on Discord, and they asked, will there be any beta testing for the general public at any time while the game is still being developed? Obviously, we pushed the window back into early 2023, so they want to know if there's going to be any beta testing between now and then.
Yeah, definitely. It's super important. I mean, guys, I think that I heard the question sometimes ago where we are still working on a demo and so on. So, for us, it's very important to work as close as possible with community to gather feedback, to learn what's coolest elements, where we can improve and so on and so on. So we definitely want to make sure that we will be able to work with you guys on every moment in the productions right now it's a demo, but in the future, maybe it's going to be something more before early access. We're going to see.
So the next question comes from R. Dunlap over on Discord. They asked, will there be customization options like color for building and character customization available in the game?
So yeah, definitely. About the customization. So first of all, second, but not like less important character in a game is a ship itself. So we really feel that this is the thing, the part of the game that players would love to like be able to customize, and we hear it all over the time. So like changing the walls, changing the floors, roofs. We are working even right now on something that's called painting tool that will allow player to modify or change the colors or patterns.
What I can add up here is that both topics were actually touched on in our Steam blogs. I think, Greg, you've been showing some screenshots with the painting tool, and also we shared a couple of concept arts showing different models of players, and please check them out. They are really cool.
Yeah, we'll put a link in the description so you guys will be able to check those out for sure. Yeah. The next question comes from B462 over on Discord. They want to know, during the demo, it was noticed that adding to the structure of the almighty blimp did increase the weight, like engines, catwalks, additional rooms. Will adding items inside the blimp, also like beds, cookers, storage boxes, etc., also contribute to the weight in the full game?
So not at the moment. Some time ago, we tested the idea. We felt that it not making people be able to create the ships in a with freedom that we wanted to give. I mean, we believe that you should be able to customize it in any way, and we felt that it's a little bit inconsistent and it's blocking the way that you are able to do anything you want. So we decided to postpone that idea.
There we go. Okay, thank you very much for that. So the next one comes from Comp, again on Discord. They asked, are you planning to add any cooperative mode in 2023, or would that possibly come later?
I think the main focus right now is on a single player part of the game, and of course the early access roadmap. But from what we can say is that we would love to release it rather sooner than later. So targeting 2023 with this.
Grim on Discord, they asked a couple of questions, but one of them was, what are the chances you'll be adding discoverable pets? I know it's been requested, or other collectibles like bobbleheads for inside the ship, etc. What are the chances of seeing these kind of things in the game?
Would love add pets. That's an internal thing that we're discussing quite often. Yeah. So absolutely happening for different collectibles and artifacts. You'll be able to find them. You will be able to add them to your ship. Some of them might be, the bobbleheads or that element. When it comes to actual pets walking with you on the airship, that's something that definitely is not being confirmed or anything like that. We need to prepare for adding that type of element to the game, and if it will happen, it will be a big thing, and we'll let you know.
James on Discord asked, please tell me that we'll have an FPS limit option, and please have a UI scaling option too.
Yeah, so definitely what we are doing is we are hearing all the feedbacks. I mean, reading it, analyzing, and seeing what happened with the demo and what was directions. And we see that optimizations and UI scale were something that people notice as a problem. And we working on it. So definitely during the early access, the quality, the performance will be much better than it was in demo. I don't want to go very deeply in the details, but I just wanted to say that this month we made some huge changes, and it allow us to work on a performance which is connected with our generations and randomization system. So we believe that it should be much better, but it's not all. We have still a few months before releasing early access, and we just want to make sure that everything will be as smooth as possible, and the same with all the options. So probably you saw that during demo we updated it a few times, adding new options to allow people now to change some things to make it more accessible, and we're gonna continue this path. So we're gonna try to add as much options as possible till on a start of early access. And of course, it's not gonna be end. During early access, we're gonna still work on it, and we're gonna add new options then.
So the next question is about the release window. Is it going to be early 2023 or late 2023? That question comes from JoeDog357 over on Discord. And in order to answer that question, to say the current plan is the first half of 2023. As we announced a few weeks ago, we're looking to launch early access with a few more features than originally planned and mechanics. So thanks to the awesome feedback, obviously, from you guys from playing the demo. This is the decision that was taken. But yes, currently we're planning for the first couple of months of 2023. Are there any plans for difficulty options? For example, disable or increasing and decreasing the food and water drain scaling for those who either want more of an atmospheric or more of a challenging experience? That comes from Silent Marine over on Discord.
Part of the feedback we received and the results from the survey allow us to think about different difficulties. And yeah, we want to give the opportunity for players that want to feel the survival mode. And at the same time, if someone is more about exploration, and we want to give that kind of difficulty to be able to experience that feeling. And then if you just want to focus on building the ship, there will probably there will be a mode or difficulty that will allow you to do it. I just wanted to say that in a demo, we believe that, there was plenty of feedback from people that were very happy with that difficulty and then the water and hungry and drinking mechanics. Other people, they say that maybe it was too fast. So we need to think about that, and we are talking even right now about it. We believe it's not about just how fast water is draining and so on. It's more about balance of the whole game. Maybe we need to consider like giving more water just with drinking from drinking clear water. But of course, one of the more important part here will be that we need to make sure that player feels the progression. So when you explore more, you will be able to find new ingredients, you will be able to find new resources that will allow you to create better food. So yeah, that's about it. And we are considering options that may be changing difficulty or maybe changing something more than like customizing settings, options to disable, for example, energy. So maybe on an easier difficulty, players don't need to rest. It's gonna be optional element. But yeah.
So the next one comes from Dave the Freak over on Steam. They asked, can you finish the game? As in, is there a final goal to achieve after which the game is over?
So definitely there is like a story goal. The huge part of Forever Skies experience will be sandbox, the open world mechanics that we are able to travel around, to gather resources and enjoy it. And we would really love to try to expand that world as long as possible. So even when we're gonna finish early access, we're gonna release the all things for it. It doesn't mean that we won't be able to deliver more stuff, new content. This is what we want to do. So we want to make sure that there will be plenty new activities, there will be new things to do, and the Forever Skies world will be the living one.
So, keeping on with Steam, the next question comes from Jinkle92. The performance on the demo was horrible, which for some possibly was the case. How will it be in the final release?
I hope so. Definitely it will be. So like I said previously, we are working on optimization. We have plenty of few months to do it. Even right now on our development build, it's working better than in demo that was released, because we was able to make some significant, some huge changes in a technology that we are using. So yeah, definitely it will be better.
The next question comes from the first over on Steam. They want to know, will there be some mutant flying whale I could harpoon? Also, devs, favourite ice cream flavours? I'll just start out by saying cookie dough, obviously. But any for you guys?
Coffee, all the way.
Coffee?
Yeah, coffee flavor.
Okay, I can accept it. It's a respectable choice. Andre?
Coffee.
You two, honestly. So the harpoon.
When it comes to
Harpoon whale. Where are we at?
funny enough, this is an idea that we actually explored, and we have a cool concept art that we can share with you guys to show you how we approach this. But when it comes to the actual implementation, we can't really share anything. We have some surprises there, but that I will stop here, basically.
So, Tenzio over on Steam asked a couple of questions, one of which I picked out. Does the current demo contain any of the more detailed looking above dust buildings and or technology that seem to be shown in the preview videos? Whose is this one?
I can try.
Okay. When you're ready.
Just drinking, yeah. About the demo and what we have there. So first of all, the biggest part of demo was starting location, and then was the lily pad location. And it wasn't all of the locations, but there were the only two that player was able to visit. I saw that fewer players was able to find that when you are getting closer to the area blocker, you are able to see one of the location that is not you are not able to fly. Yeah, you can see it. So it's a turbine location, and it will be connected a little bit more about upgrading the ships. Right, you will be able to find new resources there. And for a demo right now, it's all. I believe there is probably one of shape of the bigger tower. That we're considering to adding later in the game, and yeah, but it doesn't mean that, I mean, I just wanted to say that the demo is living. So what I'm saying today doesn't mean that it will be correct in a few weeks or a few months, because we are planning to add new updates, to add new things to demo, and we are trying to think as a demo as an opportunity to gather new feedback about ideas that we are thinking about to add to game and so on. So probably there will be new things, and like we can announce that one of the updates is coming in December. So we are pretty excited about new things that players will be able to find inside.
And Saber Runner on Steam, they asked how we're doing on key remapping.
Well, I think we understand the necessities that PC games need to provide, and this is on the list. So that's definitely something we're going to be adding. No time frame at this moment.
The next question is: are there going to be aggressive creatures and weapons, or something to run or fight back? That question was asked by Table on a Desk over on Steam.
Yeah, so even in our trailer after the demo, we're showing that one of creatures, aggressive creatures, in a locations above the dust, so they will be there. Definitely, it's gonna start with locations above the dust, but then when you're going below the dust, then the magic is gonna start, like for real, and there will be much bigger, aggressive enemies that you will be able to avoid, you will be able to confront. Like, we always need to remember that our protagonist is he's scientist, so he's more about gathering knowledge, and he's not very skilled in combat, but it will be possible.
And so the last question then that we will take today comes from 667ST on Steam. They ask, will consuming fruit raw always guarantee the infection, or will you build the immunity over time?
So about the infections, yeah, definitely in demo there was the only one source, so you was able to infect yourself by eating sunmelon. But in a early access or full game, it will be definitely much more way to infect yourself. And we want to make sure that there will be plenty of different viruses. We want the viruses to be connected with some locations, some enemies, some resources. And about immunity system, so it's working right now. So if you are playing more healthy, so like you are having all the parameters of player on a high level, then your immunity is higher. And if your immunity going lower, then you are more, there's more chances that you will be infected with virus. For different viruses, this level could be different. So it's not always saying that, if you are very high on immunity level, that you will be preventing all viruses. No, it could be like there are stronger viruses in a game that will like be able, even with the high level of immunity, to still cause problem for you. But immunity can change a little behavior of viruses. So, for example, there will be some viruses that are like just working for some period of time. So, for example, with higher immunity, that time will be lower. So you will be able to self-cure yourself in an easier way. Or sometimes it will be easier for you to create a medicine or something that will allow you to cure, and that will be easier if your immunity is on a higher level.
Thanks again to everyone that sent in questions for us. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to answer every single one that was sent in. But please do drop them below into this video's comments, and I will do my best to get back to as many of you as possible. Or you can find me and the rest of the devs over on our Discord channel. I'll leave a link for it in the description. Andre, Pavel, thank you both very much for your time, and we will see you again very soon.